What's up guys, welcome back to the UKV channel. Today we're doing a slightly different video where I'm going to review earbuds. This came about because I was looking for some budget, cost-effective earbuds and I purchased quite a few different ones to find which ones were the best for me. So I've got a few different price ranges in front of me and I will talk about some other earbuds that aren't on the screen right now. But starting over here with the Oneplus Buds Pro, you can't actually buy these anymore because they've come out with a newer version called the Oneplus Buds Pro 2 and they're currently retailing for £179. So this is around the £150 to £200 range. In the middle here we have CMF, which is a brand by Nothing. You might have heard of the Nothing phones. Well, CMF currently do earbuds and also do a smartwatch. This is their budget sort of brand and these currently go for £49. So this is about the 50 sort of mid-range sort of earbuds, and these are the Buds Pro. And then finally on the far right here we have some Bluetooth earbuds from Amazon, super cheap, £20. And you'll see that each of them have more and more features and potentially some better qualities about them as we go up the scale of price. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that when you spend more, you get more and better quality. So we'll go over that at the end of the video, but I will go through each of these, what I find good, what I find bad, and at the end my review on which I would recommend out of these and also some others I've purchased. So just to go over, these are about 150 to 200, these are £50 and these are 20. Let's not waste any time, let's jump in to the Oneplus Buds Pro to see what you get. So here are the Oneplus Earbuds Pro. I've got mine in a little travel case, so as you can see if I peel this back, it is just a glossy white case. When I open these, you can see the buds. Fairly simple. All of these look very, very similar. So all of them are a very similar type of earbuds. So there's only slight differences. So with these earbuds, they do have transparency mode, noise cancelling, and also you can do gestures or taps to change songs or pause or unpause, take calls, all of that sort of stuff. It comes with microphones built in. The difference between these and the others that I'll show in this video is these don't actually have a tap sensor. They have a squeeze sensor. So when you squeeze them, you can squeeze them once, squeeze them twice, squeeze them 3 times and do a long squeeze, and you also can map different outcomes to different amounts of squeezes if you wanted to. So you can actually mix them up a little bit within the app, which is really, really nice and handy. Another thing that I really like, especially if you have a OnePlus sort of phone, is when you open these bad boys up and it comes to pair. So I've already paired them, but it pairs pretty much straight away. As you can see, it does a little pop-up where it says connected, tells me the battery life of all the bits and bobs, and then we're in, which is really, really handy. What I'll quickly do is go through and actually open up to show you what it looks like when you're in the sort of like app. And you just do this by going into your Bluetooth settings, and then when you're in your Bluetooth settings, you just go to earbud functions, and as you can see, here's your details again, and you've got noise cancelling off and then transparency. You have different settings between them as well to actually have it like extreme noise cancelling or just a little bit noise cancelling and things like that. You also have an EQ. You also have like a whole load of like Zen modes and also controls. This is with the taps that I was telling you about, all the squeezes, dual connectivity. You also have an ear fit test. So when you spend a little bit more money, you get obviously a few more features which are quite handy, to be honest with you, especially with firmware updates and everything like that. You just get a little bit more for your money in terms of the app and the settings. And also in terms of the materials, all of them are plastic with this little chrome effect, and they do come in a bunch of different colors, but it doesn't necessarily stand out as super premium in my personal opinion. And a few of the cons that I found with this pair is the settings of transparency mode and noise cancelling sometimes change on their own, which I find really, really annoying. So I find this when I am listening to music or sometimes just in bed watching a podcast or something. When it has transparency mode with these microphones on the outside, when I accidentally touch them, it is so annoying and I have to keep going into the app, turning it off because I don't necessarily want noise cancelling or transparency. I just want the settings off, also because that helps with battery life, and I have to keep doing this over and over again. It's really, really annoying. Sometimes it remembers my settings, sometimes it doesn't. In terms of audio quality, I do really like them. I think they're very, very good. They fit in the ear very well. They come with different rubber caps, 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. I currently just have mine on the default of medium, and it works really, really well. And the case, especially the opening and closing of the case, really, really nice. Works every time, connects straight away, Type-C charging ports, does the job. So next we have the CMF Buds Pro, and these come in a little like puck sort of size carrying case, which does have a Type-C charging. Very, very small. I actually really like the form factor of this one. It's also a matted finish, which feels quite nice and quite premium, which is good. It does come with different little rubber caps for your ears of different sizes like the previous one. Small, medium and large, all interchangeable if you wanted to. Now what I'll quickly do is actually open up my phone again to quickly show you what happens when you open this one. It sometimes will show a connectivity, but just to the Google sort of app. As you can see up here, it says that it's got the left, the case, and the right with battery charge, and it is the Buds Pro, which is really handy just to show you battery life, because these and the more expensive ones from Oneplus are the only ones in this video that actually show you the individual life of all the different parts on your phone. So I will say that. Now, I actually really like the case, especially how you put the buds in. It snaps into place with magnets like the first ones as well. The first ones are held together by magnets as well. Very similar form factor, as you can tell. They also look very similar, but all of these sort of earbuds look very, very similar, especially around this style, and that's what I sort of wanted really. This sort of style works really well for me, and that's why I wanted to continue. This does have the tap to change songs, answer phone calls and all of that lovely stuff. It isn't the press like on the premium ones that we just saw. Very nice form factor. It does feel like a little bit of a cheaper plastic and feels a little bit lighter, but other than that, it does feel rather good with the matted finish. But there's not too much to say about this apart from that it does have noise cancelling, it does have transparency mode, and it does have its own app. So I'll quickly open up this app just so then we can go through all the different features. This is actually just the Nothing Phone app. I might need to actually open these to make sure they connect. And I do have some issues with it. So if we quickly, so you've got noise cancelling controls, which is really handy. Once again, you can modify these with the taps, triple taps, holds, and things like that, which is really, really good. We have an equalizer, which is absolutely needed. Now, it has some pre-set settings. You have a balance mode, and as you can see, it's not quite balanced because it does look a little bit wavy, but it is what it is. We also have a more bass mode, we have a more treble mode, and then we have a voice mode, and then we have custom where you can actually move and adjust these to how you want. Now, pretty much all of these settings are terrible. In my opinion, I've listened to podcasts, different types of music, hip hop, rock, pop, you name it. I've tried to listen to, country, all different types of music on all these different settings. And in my opinion, it sounded terrible on all of them. The most balanced is custom, when you have the settings like I have, all of them on +3 and the mid on +2. This is the best settings I personally found for most songs, where you can just leave it on this and pretty much listen to anything and it'll sound okay. But still, it was real disappointing that I had to fiddle around. And also when you go to different songs on some different settings, some will sound okay, and then as soon as you go to a different genre, it sounds terrible. I have no idea what they've done, but it really, really isn't good. It's so inconsistent. I've never necessarily had some earpods or earphones or anything audio listening where I've had to adjust the equalizer so frequently for different songs. It's actually mad. It's crazy. But all in all, it's okay. But for the money, I would definitely, at this price range, spend a little bit more to get something like the Pros, where it works a lot more consistently and just a lot better. I would say very average in terms of audio. It's a real letdown because in terms of looks and fit and feel, I definitely like these over the Pros because I think they look a lot better and they feel a lot better, but overall they work a lot worse. And finally, we have the Btootos A90 Pro True Wireless Buds. Now, these are the cheapest ones on Amazon. yeah, I wasn't expecting too much with these. I will show you what you get, because with the other ones you can find out with loads of videos what you get, but these might be a little bit different because I don't know if you can necessarily trust these cheap Chinese manufacturers too much, especially with consistency, but it is what it is. So of course you do get a manual, a little guide to go through all the presses and things like that. You also do get different, these are flown around everywhere, different size of rubber tips, like on all the others. So all the others are consistent. You do get these with all of them, which is really nice even on this low end scale. And you do get a Type-C charging cable. You do get that with the others as well, and this is Type-C charging. Now, the difference with these is you can instantly feel that the case is cheap. It is a cheap case, and also with the hinge, it sort of like just snaps shut, and it's a little bit harder to open because of the magnets, whereas with the other cases, you definitely feel a lot more premium. You'll also see this case has a display where the others don't, and it shows you that each side is charging, earbud wise, and also we have 85% of battery in the case. This is the only way of necessarily telling all the individual parts and what battery life they have. Your phone will say with the Bluetooth connectivity what it thinks the battery life is. I'm not entirely sure if it thinks it's picking up the case or the earbuds. It's a bit of a strange one. I would assume the earbuds, but I can't be fully sure. Yeah, and that's an odd one, and it just gives you 1% for both earbuds in that case, which obviously doesn't tell you a huge amount. Anywho, that shouldn't necessarily matter because you don't really care what percentage it is on in most cases. You'll literally just whack them out of the case, assume they're pretty much fully charged because they should be, and then just use them for a few hours and whack them back in and you're golden. You just need to know how much the case has to make sure that it does fully charge the buds, and this does tell you that clearly. Now if I open these up and take these out, you can see that the form factor, once again, really similar, as we've seen from all the others, and we have different size, the rubber tips at the end, and yeah, they're pretty standard. They fit really well in the ear, and I will say actually they're a little bit more comfortable than some of the others in this video, where they actually are a little bit smaller, so they fit a little bit better, and then with the rubber caps you can adjust them so they do fit rather snug, which is really nice. And they have this matte finish. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. They do say they have noise cancelling, but it's not something that you can turn off or on. I think it's just because they sit so deep in the ear and so snug that it sort of reduces sound. I don't think it actually has anything technology-wise reducing the sound to make it a true noise cancelling Pros Buds or whatever they're called. So I didn't mind that, and I didn't mind the fact that it doesn't have an app necessarily, because I just wanted to have something that sounds good, easy to use, and it does have some features where you do tap on the earbuds to change songs and change and answer calls, and you go through the little guide. It'll tell you what you need to do and how many taps and everything like that in order to change to each song and everything like that, which is really interesting. As you can see here, like if you press and hold, or if you press it for 2 seconds, or do this, that and the other, you can do all these different adjustments, which is still nice that it has those features. You just can't customize them whatsoever, because once again it doesn't connect to an app or your phone in that way. It's just simply Bluetooth. Now what I will say with my conclusion, if I just move this out of the way and bring back the other buds, I was expecting these to be the most recommended, just simply because straight out of the bat they have this really nice case, the hinge is really nice, the actual buds themselves very nice. It's just that equalizer has let it down so much that I could not recommend these, because of the sound quality was just terrible. Even for £50, it should be better. And I have tried other buds around this price range, and that includes the Amazon Echoes. So not the newest generation 3, but the generation 2 was currently on offer, and it still might be on offer. And I thought fantastic, because it has its own dedicated app, it has noise cancelling, it has pass-through, it has all these features. However, I found they disconnected a lot. And also they were very unreliable in terms of when both of them are charging at similar rates each bud and things like that straight out of the gate. I only used them for about a week, and then I returned them because they felt unusable and I didn't trust them. And that's why I went with these ones, but I felt once again that the quality of these are let down with the sound. Now this kind of pushes these to a side then, and then we literally will have these two left. Now, these obviously much more expensive, as we know, £179. And do you get £179 more than these at £20? So are these worth £150 more than these? And the simple answer is no. They're really, really not. I mean, you do get the features, and if you are someone who would use the features for noise cancelling and pass-through mode and, you know, transparency mode all the time, then yes, these would be better for sure. But if you're someone that just wants some good sounding earbuds at a cheap price and they're fairly reliable, you can't go wrong with these. And when I say about the sound quality from these are insane. Okay, they are very bass heavy. So if you are listening to some hip hop, it could be a bit too much bass. But if you're listening to rock, country, pop, anything like that, these are fantastic. I cannot recommend these enough for the sound quality. And for the price, how quick they connect to my phone and how it just is so easy to use, these by far are the easiest to recommend and the best budget pods that I've ever tried. So I'll leave all the details down below in the description if you want to know any more details about these in terms of weight, size, anything like that. But these guys I definitely would recommend the most. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, especially a bit more time and effort put into them because this is a little bit of a rush video, let me know in the comments. Give this guy a like, give it a subscribe to the channel, and I'll hopefully give you some more budget friendly choices of gadgets in the world. See you next time.